Yusel stood at the edge of the Igidae cliff. The sunset was dyeing the sea red. She raised her camera and pressed the shutter. The sea in the photo was still beautiful, but a corner of her heart felt heavy. The courtesans lured the enemy generals, then sacrificed their own lives by plunging to their deaths into the sea, clinching onto the enemies. A legend that anyone from Busan has heard at least once. A legend told quickly, almost cleanly, too clean in Yunsel's eyes. They sacrificed everything, even the right to be honored. What matters for our country? As she murmured softly, a fierce wind rose, whipping her hair across her face. The sea flashed like fire. The glow of the sunset flooded her vision, and Yunsel staggered. The world spun, and the cold air brushed her skin. The scent of alcohol, incense, and smoke filled her lungs. Red lantern light flickered. When she opened her eyes, she was no longer on the cliff, but in a room she did not know. Red silk draped her body. A heavy hairpin pulled at her scalp. On the table, 2 porcelain cups, incense smoke curling upward, a glowing red lantern. Jisoo, we are expecting an important guest tonight. Her eyes were calm, steady. Her name was Yeonhwa. Where am I? Yusel asked. This is the brothel of Igidae, Yeonhwa said gently. Are you frightened, my dear? Yusel couldn't breathe. She saw her own reflection in the mirror. The face was hers, but the gaze was not, and they were calling her another name, Hisu. As night fell, the room tightened with tension. Yeonhwa closed her eyes, then lifted her cup. Hisu, tonight is our chance. Startled, Yusel blurted out, What do you mean? Why do we have to do something like this? Why us? Yeonhwa placed the cup down carefully and met her eyes. Her eyes held not resignation, but determination. Hisu, do you remember my elder sister? Yusel tilted her head, then suddenly, memory surged, uninvited, unstoppable. Yeonhwa's older sister Myunghwa had been taken away for giving a single bowl of rice to the righteous army soldiers. No one heard from her again. Yeonhwa continued. My sister died over a single share bowl of rice. No one remembers her name. Yet she said, Someone has to do it. Her voice trembled. After Soyoung Fortis fell, do you know how many people from our village have died? How many were seized and taken by force against their will? Yunsel's chest tightened. But what? Are you afraid? We're all afraid too. We're all suffering from this nightmare of reality. Yeonhwa's hands shook as she held her cup. But today, I saw children playing by the well. Even in the middle of war, they were laughing. Seeing them, I thought, I want to make a world where they can grow up. Yunsel fell silent. Yeonhwa continued. My sister wrote this letter before she died. In it she wrote, My sister Yeonhwa, be courageous. What we choose becomes our name. Better to die living meaning than to live having lost it. Yeonhwa handed the letter to Hisu. The moment it touched her hand, they shook uncontrollably. My sister left her name behind with a single bowl of rice. Like her, I want to live my name through my own choice. A nameless name. Yunsel's tears fell. She finally understood. This was not sacrifice. It was choice. Yeonhwa, I'll go with you. Yeonhwa nodded. Thank you, Hisu. Let's go together. It's okay to be afraid. We are together. Red silk caught the wind as the 2 women walked toward the cliff. See that sea? That's where we live our meaning. Yunsel's body trembled. The waves crashed against the cliff below. Yeonhwa, I'm terrified. Yeonhwa held her hand tightly. It's alright. Never forget, this is the path we chose. just as my sister did. We walk it with all we are. Yeonhwa lifted her face to the sky. Myunghwa, are you watching from above? Your little sister is coming home to you now, like you, with courage. The red hem fluttered into the sea. The wind howled, and the red light permeated the waves. Yusel gasped awake. She was back on the cliff. In her palm lay 2 red petals. The wind brushed past her ear with a whisper. This was not sacrifice. It was a choice, one made for another, carrying all the weight of courage and love. Slowly, she stood up and raised her camera. Red light shimmered across the sea, and between the waves, 2 flowers bloomed, pulsing like the beating hearts of sisters. As she stepped out of the guest house, she gazed to the window. The wind swept over the Busan Sea, rattling the glass. She whispered softly, "Myunghwa, Myunghwa, the wind blows again today. Because of your choice, we can stand here and watch this sea in peace." A faint laughter brushed past her ear. Yunsul smiled. The red sunset slowly faded into the horizon. Tomorrow, the sun would rise again over the land their choice had protected.